a brand new guest for you, and I'm delighted to say a very good afternoon to Eric Hartley. Lovely to meet you.
Hi, Jill.
How are you?
Lovely to be here. I'm very well, thank you.
Now, as I mentioned, magnetic therapy has proved to be more and more popular. You know, it goes back thousands of years, and report after report has told us that people are starting to see results with it. But yours is a little bit different, isn't it? Take us through exactly, first of all, what you're getting within your system.
Well, what the users of MagnaMax have found is that it's all very well wearing a magnet on the body in the belief that the magnet is going to have a therapeutic effect. But the users have often found that one setting of the magnet works and another setting doesn't.
Right.
Now, the reason it's believed is that the body reacts in different ways to the different polarities of a magnet. Like, you imagine a fridge magnet, put on the fridge, and it sticks to the fridge.
Yeah.
If you turn it around the other way, it just slides off the fridge and falls off.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying the human body is like a fridge, but the similarity is that the body reacts in different ways to different polarity settings.
Okay, so just take us through, first of all, what is MagnaMax?
MagnaMax is really a step change in magnetic therapy. It's a bracelet. I'm wearing one here.
So like a watch form.
Really like a watch strap, isn't it? Yes. And it's got a magnetic insert in there. It's actually two magnets instead of one. Now, it's a patented design, and really what makes it different is the ability to change the polarity settings. That means there are 4 different settings which you can try and see which one works best for you.
What is polarity? What is polarity?
Well, we all know that an ordinary magnet's got a north and a south polarity. It's just like the Earth, which has itself got its own magnetic forces. And so here we have 2 magnets with a combination of 4 different polarities, because if you think, I can show you here, that you've got a large magnet around the outside with the north and the south, and then there's another small magnet inside, also with its own north and south, and this, do you see, can just be turned round like that.
Okay, so you can choose the setting.
Exactly.
Right.
And what you can do is simply just take it out of the wrist strap, turn it round, try the second setting, then with a sharp object like a pen or a paper clip like I've just used, turn just the central setting, and then try those 2 settings as well.
And how often should people change the settings? So obviously there's 4 different settings. We say to people when they use the MagnaMax, and this is one of the easiest forms of application, wearing on the wrist, because you don't have to worry about whether it's moving or what you're wearing it with, because being the colour it is and looking like a wrist strap, it's going to stay there. So it's not going to look out of place, and no one's going to know that you're having magnetic therapy treatment. So how often should they change it? So if they choose one setting, for example, how long should they try that setting for before they see results?
Well, feedback from all the thousands of users suggests that you should try each setting for about 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
So, and you only need really to wear it for, say, 6 to 8 hours per day. So you could just wear it at night.
Right.
So it's going to take 20 to 25 days for you to go through the whole cycle to see which one works best.
And I always say, actually, with magnetic therapy, that it doesn't work for everybody. This is something that I would say, in total, give it about 4 weeks. If you see results, then you are going to know, and it's when you take it off that you start to realise that it's working for you. In fact, a friend of mine in the Isle of Wight started to use magnetic therapy. I actually sent her one of the bangles you're going to see a little bit later on, and she's just started. She's had it about 3.5 weeks, and is just starting to see the results. Like with anything, try different ways, try different forms, try different products in magnetic therapy to get those results. But with this, you've got the benefits of looking like a watch, but you've also got the strap as well, haven't you?
Yes, now talking about 5 to 7 days, with the application strap, that isn't actually true. It works an awful lot more quickly, according to all the feedback letters that have been received.
Brilliant.
So if you just push out the magnet from the centre there and pop it in the application strap. Now, I used to have a problem with my knee from skiing.
Right.
Now, this can just be put directly on. I won't pull my trousers down because that wouldn't look nice, but obviously it should be worn directly on the skin rather than on the outside. Clips on like that, you can walk about with it.
Wear under tracksuit bottoms, trousers, anything.
And you will generally find that after 24 to 48 hours, you'll start to notice a difference.
And 2 of the most common places are the back and the knee, that people do get problems with aches and pains and joints. If you've tried magnetic therapy, I'd love you to come through and have a chat to myself and Eric on our studio line 0800 54 44 34, because 35 million people worldwide are using magnetic therapy, and 1 in 7 people in Japan are using it. So people are getting great results. And as I mentioned, it goes back like 2,000 years. that far back, and it's funny how all these alternative therapies are now kind of coming back into play, aren't they?
It's funny, isn't it? A few decades ago, if you'd started talking to people about acupuncture or homeopathy, they wouldn't really have known what you're talking about. And increasingly, people are becoming more open-minded to these therapies, which really have been around, as you say, for thousands of years. Certainly for hundreds of years in the Far East and in Eastern Europe, magnetherapy has been very, very popular.
And it's an incredibly valuable aid to have, you know, and as we've mentioned, you can see on the wrist strap. Now, how many different sizes are there?
There are two sizes. There's small to medium and medium to large. The small to medium is right for somebody with a wrist measurement of about 5.5 to 7 inches.
Okay.
Medium to large, 6.5.
6.5 to 8.5, yeah. So you've obviously got the large.
I've got the medium to large on there.
So it is unisex, so men and ladies can wear this if they want to. Now, is there a particular wrist that they should wear it on, or does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter at all, really. Although if you're wearing a watch, obviously it's advisable to wear it on the opposite one because balances it.
Okay, now just take us through, for somebody at home, what kind of ailments are we talking about? What kind of people are going to use MagnaMax?
Well, I've found that there are two basic groups.
Yeah.
Firstly, there's a much wider group of people who are just feeling a little bit sluggish and a bit under the weather and want a little bit more energy, and that's where magnetherapy can have a real effect. The other one is where somebody wants to be calmed down more, having problems sleeping at night, and where wearing a magnet during the night will give you that full night's sleep. Then there's more specific areas, people who suffer from sports injuries, people with problems with their joints, their muscles. And that's a very, very popular area for using MagnaMax.
Now, also, when it's actually situated on the wrist, just explain to people how it's working on the body. What's it actually doing to the body?
Well, that's
a tricky one, isn't it?
It is a tricky one. There's an awful lot of theories as to why magnetic therapy is actually effective. Some people think that it improves the blood flow.
Yeah.
Although some tests that I've seen suggest that that isn't the case, but it may be that it's making the blood flow more effective. I've read that possibly it's spinning the red blood cells so that they're able more effectively to transport oxygen and waste products around the body. So that enables the body to heal more quickly.
And it's funny because it's never really, every time we do these hours, it's, if you look into a magnetic therapy book, because there's some great books out there, which myself and Alistair have done, or he did actually, he bought a fabulous book on magnetic therapy, and it's never really been clear, but the beauty is it's never discouraged people. People have always come back and used magnetic therapy because a lot of people actually want to try something completely different. Now, we're not saying don't use your medication, don't go to your doctor, but try it. See the results that you're getting because people are seeing results, so much so that you've got some great letters, haven't you?
We have indeed, yes. And it's interesting, some of these letters. Some of the first ones are in the areas that I discussed, problems with joints. For example, this lady here had been suffering from a lot of back pain and also neck and shoulder tension. And she started wearing MagnaMax, and the first setting didn't really work for her.
Right.
But she changed the polarity setting to north-north-north. And she said that I felt calm and energized, and the tension and the pain in my back and the neck and my shoulders was improved. So that certainly was a very, very quick result.
I'm just going to take a look at this. I've just fallen out with my producer, director, because I just whipped the MagnaMax away from the screen, but I just suddenly thought I wanted to show you this, because this is actually the different settings that Eric was mentioning. It just gives you an idea of how you can change it. It's quite hard to see it actually on here, because it's obviously because it is actually black, but these are the settings. So if you just see where my finger is, that is actually minus. It's very difficult to see, and then on the other side as well. And all you're doing is flipping. There's two magnets situated. It's like a donut, and the bit in the center actually rotates and turns around, and I'll get Eric to show us that again. And what it's doing is you can choose out of these different settings. These are the four. So for example, you've got minus, plus, minus, 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 plus, 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 and try all these different settings. And that letter that Eric's just showed you was explaining that the lady tried one setting, she didn't feel it worked, so she tried something else. And that is the beauty of this. It's unique and it's patented, so there's nobody else around that has anything like this. So you've got absolutely nothing to lose. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, and all you're parting with is £21.82. Now just let me run through the sizes with you. Small to medium is 6 to 7.5 inch wrist, and the medium to large is a 6.5 to 8.5. And as you can see, you've got lots of different holes on the actual strap there, so you can adjust it. And it is a leather strap, so it's very nice looking and very comfortable to wear, and one of the easiest forms of application actually of magnetic therapy. We're going to read you another letter in a second, but just show again how you rotate what I call the donut magnet.
Sure, it's really very simple. You just get a sharp object like a pen or a paper clip here, and just push against the internal... Oh, that's slightly too large there. Push against the internal magnet, and you just see there that it's rotating around. It's quite small, and now do you see? I'm just pushing it round, and it just goes round like that, and now it's flat. And then it can go back into the strap like that.
Fantastic.
Now, I was quite sceptical when I was first given one.
I think a lot of people are, and it's like anything, you know, try it. If you've tried everything and you're looking for something completely different, you're looking for a new way to promote your well-being, to look at your circulation, this could be your answer. As I mentioned, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and it's just £21.82 is the introductory price. We sold lots of these when it was a Today's Special Value. We are going to be coming back in a few moments to MagnaMax. We've got some more letters that we do actually want to read you. But let me give you those details. 231460 is the item number. The MagnaMax Magnetic Therapy Adjustable Polarity Wrist Strap, an introductory price of £21.82. And of course, remember, you do have those two sizes. Just before we go to the phones, because we do have some people holding, just explain to us very quickly, kind of in a nutshell, what is MagnaMax?
MagnaMax is a new development in magnetic therapy. What it allows the user to do is to change the polarities of the two magnets that are in there. Now, talking about polarities, we know that magnets have a north and a south. This has got two small magnets in there, and the user is able to have 4 different settings. And what people find is that often one setting works much, much better for them than the others.
And that's the great thing, is for the money that you're spending, you've got the benefits of trying all the different settings. This is unique, it's patented, and very easy to wear, and it does come in those two sizes. We're going to go to the phone lines, and we're going to say a very good afternoon to Anne. Hiya, Anne.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Oh, thank you for coming through this afternoon. You're through to Eric. I believe you've used MagnaMax, am I correct?
It isn't myself that's used it, it's my husband.
Okay.
He's a mechanic,
yeah,
and he had tennis elbow. And it got to the point where he couldn't lift his power tool and was ready for giving up the business.
Yeah.
We bought this on a recommendation of somebody else, and that was 18 months ago, and he just gets no pain at all anymore.
That is amazing.
That's wonderful, that.
I have bought so many for other people because of the results, and he did not believe me. He had it on for a couple of days, and he said, this thing's doing no good, and threw it. Typical man. And within a day, he asked me for it back.
Yeah, and you know, that's really interesting, because you just heard me say, Anne, it's funny how when people take it off, they realise that it actually has been working for them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The change in him is unbelievable.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
That's wonderful, and it's funny, Anne, I'm a typical man as well, because the first setting didn't work for me either, and I thought, this is a waste of time, and I changed it, and I noticed a difference immediately.
And how long did it take before he noticed the difference, Anne?
A couple of days.
Wow.
That's great, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Even now, he never takes it off. He sleeps in it, everything.
Yeah.
And even if it's moved from the spot where he has it, he knows.
Wow.
We just can't believe the change in him.
And is it just for that one particular area that he's using for?
It's tennis elbow.
Yeah, okay.
And there was nothing they could do for him.
Yeah, and it's amazing, Anne, because so many people now are going to all these alternative forms of application, and I'm just so thrilled. Tell him, carry on using it. Just very quickly, did he try different settings, or did the first setting work from straight away, did you say?
No, he tried a few settings before he got it right for him.
Well,
but we have our own garage, and we were ready to sell up the business.
Oh,
That's
bless you.
How much it's changed him.
Well, Anne, I'm absolutely thrilled for you. What's his name?
It's James, but he's at work.
Oh, well, hopefully if he's watching another time, I'll mention him. But give our regards to James and tell him to carry on and to keep wearing it. And it's great to take your call. Thank you so much.
Can I just add that the company have treated us fantastic, because I did write to them with a little problem, and within a couple of days,
it was sorted.
They sent a fresh strap for my husband.
Fabulous. Well, that's great to hear, and thank you so much for coming through.
Bye.
Take care, Anne. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye. We're going to stay on the phones, actually, and we're going to say a very good afternoon to Liz. How are you, Liz?
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Have you used MagnaMax before? Is it for yourself?
No, this is the first time I've actually used MagnaMax. I bought your today's special value, the crystal bracelet.
Yeah.
And I too have been suffering with a bad tennis elbow for 18 months.
Right.
And I'd had 3 cortisones and could have no more and was being threatened with surgery.
Okay.
And I'm a musician and play the piano.
Yeah, so it's your life.
Yeah,
right,
exactly. So didn't want to risk an operation. And I'm only in my 40s as well, and felt that I wasn't too sure whether this magnet therapy was for elderly people with arthritic joints.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to a trained physio who uses acupuncture and magnetic acupuncture.
Yeah.
And actually her first treatment was to stick a magnet on the point in my elbow.
Yeah.
And I had to wear it for a week constantly under like a boiled plaster. And the reason I bought the MagnaMax is because I'm supposed to sleep with magnets over the area where it's very sore to stop it being so stiff in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was pleased to see that this could be put into a bigger strap because I'm an eczema sufferer, and if I wear a bracelet in the crease of my arm overnight and get hot, I end up with eczema.
Right,
so I'm hoping this will be, I'll be able to actually put the magnet on the point.
You will.
That I need,
Can you see your TV where you are now?
Yes, I am.
Because you can see the strap is adjustable.
That's right.
So you will be able to do that, and all you're doing very simply is popping it inside. So
yes,
you're
right.
putting what I call the donut magnet in the middle there.
I have to say, I was very sceptical.
Yeah, so many people are until they try it.
And I really feel I've turned the corner with it and feel very positive that, I will not have to have an operation, which is great.
Well, I'm thrilled. And I tell you what, Liz, when you get this at home and you use it, will you write to me here and let me know how you get on?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely keep in touch.
I would say to anyone, just do it and try it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you look after yourself.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks for coming through. Bye-bye. Very busy on the phones, actually. Let me give you those details. 231460 is the item number. It's by MagnaMax. It's magnetic therapy. It is the polarity wrist strap. You have the choice of the 4 settings. Very busy for this. Over 150 of these have gone. And exactly like Liz has said, she was sceptical. You have to try things like this to see if they work. £21.82 is your introductory price. And of course, you've got the 2 sizes there of small, medium, and medium to large. Big thank you, Eric. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. And no doubt we'll see Eric very shortly here on QVC. Let me give you those details one more time. 231460, the MagnaMax and magnetic therapy adjustable polarity with strap, an introductory price of £21.82. And of course, you've got the small, medium, or medium to large, incredibly popular. But of course, the day special value sold out, and this is what we've got for you now.